As the name suggests, Laying Firm Foundations, a conceptual approach to programming, tries to put the emphasis on the concepts behind learning to program. Its starting point is the Key Stage 2 to 3 transition. We know there's fantastic work going on in many primary schools to do introducing computing, but the challenge all secondary school teachers face is the variety of exposure children will have had when they come in at Year 7. So this is a unit that explores that and takes as its starting point a common ground. Most children are familiar with Scratch and visual block-based languages, and this is our starting point for exploring the concepts underpinning this. So we're trying to emphasise throughout this unit 4 key concepts of computational thinking: algorithms, decomposition, abstraction, and generalisation. Alongside that, we try to introduce the core constructs that are used to construct algorithms: sequence, selection, and repetition. And then through the sessions, we gradually introduce other important aspects that will be developed at Key Stage 3. There are 3 sessions: concepts and continuity, structured programming, and transitioning to text. Concepts and continuity lays the firm foundations. Structured programs introduces variables, and it tries to encourage a discussion with teachers about the cognitive jump involved in this abstract concept. One of the themes that we wish to portray throughout this is that often one of the problems in learning to program is that we go too far too quickly. So a key emphasis here is on ensuring that there is a good grasp of the firm foundations on which to build in the future. Structured programs introduces variables. It also introduces the idea of procedural programming, encapsulating a sequence of events or commands within a named instruction. And that as a mechanism for decomposing a task into constituent parts, encapsulating those in procedures, and then abstracting away the detail as a mechanism for understanding more complex programs. Finally, the transition to text looks at the particular challenges involved in transitioning from visual languages to text-based programming. Again, the approach is to decompose this complex challenge of learning to program into individual parts and tackle these in restricted environments. So we start with HTML, which is a markup language and avoids the cognitive load of constructs that are involved in other programming languages. We can then move on to using a tightly defined educational environment, which is free, RoboMind. And through this, we can explore the constructs involved in algorithms without the cognitive load of variables. Ultimately, we move on to introducing variables, defining procedures, the scope of different parameters within procedures, and so forth. But the point throughout this is that the key to complexity is to decompose it into smaller parts, and we need to translate that insight into the pedagogy in which we deliver programming.
For more information about CAS Tenterfoot resources to support training for Key Stage 3 computing teachers, go to www.computingatschool.org.uk/Tenterfoot.